Crews are planning to return to the Kentucky River where human remains were found. We'll have that update just ahead on WKYT at noon.
A train conductor makes a startling discovery, a man's body along the tracks in southern Madison County.
Got a little rain moving through at this moment for some of us, not all of us, but that pushes on out, and once that pushes on out, much cooler air dives in here, but it doesn't last long. Big time upswing of temperatures for your weekend. I'm going to talk about all that coming up.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
And welcome to WKYT News at Noon. I'm Barbara Bailey.
Good afternoon. I'm Bill Bryant. Here's what's happening. A death investigation is underway right now in Madison County. That's where police say a young man was likely hit by a train today.
The man's body was found in Berea between Chestnut Street and Jefferson. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has been gathering information all morning. He's in Berea with our top story at noon. Phil?
We don't know who this person is. Berea police say they are still investigating. They say they do know who it is. They are in the process of trying to notify that person's family. They say they got the call about 8:30 this morning of a man's body on the tracks. Now, the victim is a man in his 20s. He was spotted by the conductor of a train going along the CSX tracks here between Broadway and Lester Streets in Berea. The thought is that an earlier train hit him and did not realize it at the time. Now, people who live in the area say this is a popular crossover spot. They also say they realize how dangerous it is to cross the tracks here.
The train conductor that called in is not the train that struck this person. So at this point, we just don't know which train struck him, what time. You know, we're still working to figure all that out.
Police want to remind you that it is illegal to cross the tracks unless it is at a designated crossing, as all train tracks are considered private property. Police say they are working to contact the victim's family. They do say he is someone who lives in this area. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And the incident did not occur along any roads, so no roads were closed as a part of that investigation.
New at noon, a shooting in Whitley County has led to a drug arrest, but there is no word on any suspects in the shooting. Police say the shooting happened yesterday on Gordon Hill Pike in Corbin. That is just off I-75. They say a woman was shot and then flown to UK Hospital. And while investigating, police say they arrested the woman's husband on drug trafficking charges. But they say they have not identified any suspects in the shooting because they have not spoken to the victim yet. They plan on talking with her at the hospital today.
A mystery this midday after human remains were found in a car submerged in the Kentucky River. Now, the discovery was made over the weekend near the Valley View Ferry at the Fayette-Madison County line. Today, we've learned investigators are not finished searching. WKYT's Victor Puente talked with the Fayette County coroner about what's next.
Those remains are being held here at the Fayette County coroner's office. This morning, the coroner told me they may be going back to the river in the coming days. Fayette County Coroner Gary Ginn said the remains were first spotted Saturday. Lexington firefighters discovered several vehicles in that area of the river about a year ago while searching for another body. They waited until the weather conditions were right to retrieve them, which was this weekend. While bringing up one of the cars, they say it split in half, and investigators found bones in the half that was retrieved. Yesterday, Ginn said they didn't know if those bones were in the vehicle or if they washed down the river. He said they believe the remains had been in the river for an extended amount of time. He also said because they had been in the water for so long, there's a chance they may not find any DNA. Yesterday, he told us once they had all of those remains, they would accompany them to the forensic lab in Tennessee.
I'll confer again with our state medical examiner's office, and it's a possibility that I or one of my deputies will hand carry them down to the University of Tennessee. That's currently where the Commonwealth of Kentucky Justice Cabinet, who we work with, has a contract with for a forensic anthropologist to take a look at these bones.
This morning, Ginn told me they wouldn't be taking those remains to Tennessee until they were fairly certain they had all of them that they could recover. He said it's also possible they'll schedule another date to go back to the river once conditions are more favorable for divers. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Again, says the bones recovered so far are lower extremity bones, possibly from a foot and ankle.
A Central Kentucky man is charged with trying to run over a police officer. Police say a Richmond police officer found Timothy Hoskins passed out in his car last week on Merrick Drive. Once Hoskins woke up, police say he took off, rammed the cruiser, and nearly hit the officer. WKYT's Mike Byer will have more details on Hoskins' arrest. A report on that coming up at 12:30, a few minutes from now. Police say a woman indicted earlier this week for a deadly Lexington crash has now been arrested. Crystal Chaffins is charged with 2 counts of manslaughter, possession of cocaine, and driving under the influence. She is charged in the December 2015 crash on Versailles Road that killed Joseph and Cynthia Beamer. Chaffins is due in court on November 4th.
Lexington police are still looking for the driver who left the scene of a fiery crash overnight. It happened around 3:45 this morning on New Circle Road between Leestown Road and Old Frankfort Pike. Police say one car rear-ended another. The car that caused the crash caught on fire. Police are now looking for the driver responsible. And a different overnight crash ended with the driver being taken to jail. A box truck flipped overnight on I-64 in the eastbound lanes near Midway. The driver was not hurt, but he was arrested.
Well, there is a chance of rain today, and we've had some of those sprinkles off and on, but that rain is going to be moving on out and leave us with a clear, beautiful weekend and a nice Halloween.
WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is live in our First Alert Weather Center to tell us all about it.
Well, we are looking outside, and here's the deal. Now we have cloudy skies. Now that cooler air is trying to rush in from the north and northwest. There's not a lot of rain involved the rest of the afternoon, just bits and pieces over toward the east, southeast. And that's where we're seeing a few of these hit and miss showers. Now, not everybody will see the rain. Even if you do, it's not much. Barberville getting in on the mix. Buckhorn, you're going to be next in line there in Perry County as it slides over toward the east to you. We're at 72 right now in Jackson. Now, I talked about this morning on WKYT this morning. We'll be in the upper 60s, lower 70s down toward the southeast. 50s up north by the afternoon. And check this out. We're at 56 now in Covington. 72 right now in Jackson. So that cooler air is trying to sweep on in. It's just going to take its time as we go throughout the day. We'll be there in the mid-60s later on today until that cooler air takes over later on tonight and into the morning hours. And that's our focus of the forecast, really, is this weak front and then trick-or-treating, how nice it's going to be. We're going to talk about all of that coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, see you in just a bit.
Hillary Clinton campaign emails are once again at the center of the presidential election.
Craig Boswell is at the White House with a look at the latest hacked emails and at Donald Trump's response.
Hacked emails from Hillary Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta are raising more questions about payments made to the Clinton Foundation. WikiLeaks published a 12-page memo from Doug Band, a former aide to President Bill Clinton, where he says he pushed corporations that donated to the foundation to also provide in-kind services for the president and his family for personal travel, hospitality, vacation, and the like. Donald Trump has long accused the Clinton Foundation of being a slush fund for the former president. Thursday, he questioned why FBI Director James Comey chose not to prosecute Hillary Clinton over her use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State.
So you're saying the Attorney General says something going on. Judge, she's so guilty.
The Clinton campaign responded, saying, "We are still not confirming the authenticity of individual emails hacked by the Russian government to influence the election by weaponizing WikiLeaks."
It's uncertain if the latest email will change the trajectory in the race. So far, none of the previously released emails have made a difference in the polls.
I think for a lot of voters, all of this stuff feels like inside baseball to them.
Both candidates will make swing state appearances today. Donald Trump has 3 events in Ohio, while Hillary Clinton heads to North Carolina, where early voting is underway.
Now, Donald Trump says he can still win, and he's right. That's why it's so important everyone gets out and votes.
Clinton will campaign with First Lady Michelle Obama for the first time today in Winston-Salem. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
And early voting is already underway in North Carolina. Voter records show that so far 48% of people voting early there are registered Democrats, while 28% are registered Republicans. Kentucky's Attorney General is in West Virginia today talking about the opiate epidemic. Andy Beshear, along with attorneys general from West Virginia and Ohio, will lead the meeting, and they'll be talking about how we can work to educate people about drug addiction and fight drug abuse. We'll have more from that meeting in our later newscast today on WKYT.
For some recovering addicts, drug court is life-changing. For others, it's a chance they aren't willing to take. Participants in the program have nonviolent drug offenses, usually felonies. They're given the chance to be closely monitored for up to 2 years by a judge and caseworkers. A review of the program last year found that 0 participants were incarcerated 2 years after completing drug court. WKYT visited Fayette and Madison counties' drug courts.
You saying there were 2 pills left and then there not being 2 pills left?
Yeah, I took them exactly like they were prescribed, exactly to the T.
But you've gotten a golden opportunity to be in drug court, and you are trying your darndest to get kicked out. I don't understand it.
Tonight at 6 on WKYT, an exclusive and rare look at the process of Kentucky's drug courts, the successes and the setbacks.
Really is an intriguing report. Looking forward to that. Also, how's the city of Lexington preparing for Halloween? We'll tell you when we come back on WKYT News at noon, Kentucky's #1 midday news.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. It's almost time for Halloween.
And the city of Lexington has made sure to have a day full of festivities for the holiday weekend. As you're making your plans for this Saturday, we have a couple of things to bring to your attention. And WKYT's Andrea Walker has the details.
It's been named one of the top 10 Halloween destinations by USA Today, and guess what? It's right here in central Kentucky. It's the annual Halloween and Thriller Parade in downtown Lexington. Now, this has become a real tradition for a lot of people, but there are a few changes we want to let you know about. There will be tried and true favorites like the Halloween Variety Show and, of course, the Thriller Parade. This year's parade will feature 6 Michael Jacksons and more than 700 zombies across the parade route, which means everyone will have a great view of the show. Of course, people always come out early in the day to snag good seats, and this year there will be more for folks to do throughout the day than ever, including a farmer's market, food trucks, and the new Wicked Wonders Market featuring local artwork.
Every year there's just a real energy to this event where people come down early. They love being around other people that are Halloween enthusiasts, and we just wanted to sort of combine all of those things and try to find a lot of the artists in town and give them another opportunity to showcase their work.
I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays, and to be able to create art and be inspired by this event has been really magical for me.
And the good news is the weather is supposed to be absolutely fantastic this Saturday, but in case we do get a Halloween surprise, there is a rain date on Sunday. In Lexington, Andrea Walker, WKYT.
Andrea, thank you. And speaking of Halloween, many of you have been asking about trick-or-treat times across the area, and they differ in some localities. So we have a full list of those for you right now on WKYT.com. Well, a Lexington grocery store reopened today.
The remodeled Kroger on Leestown Road has almost doubled in size and is now 80,000 square feet. And this morning, more than 500 customers were lined up outside to see the new store and get a free ham.
I'm proud, I'm happy, and they're giving them away free.
I guess you got here the time I did.
Yes, and it's the great ham, and it's the kind that I love, and I will eat it.
Now among the new features, the remodeled Kroger now has a wine and spirits shop, a Starbucks, and a specialty cheese shop, also a medical clinic. It's all there.
And a lot of enthusiasm, as you see from people there.
That's right.
Keep it here on WKYT News at noon. We have a lot more just ahead.
More on how Scott County first responders are preparing for an emergency coming up in a few minutes.
We have the 70s down toward the southeast. We have the 50s up north. Those chances of showers and that cold front really blasting in that cooler air. So how low do we go with temperatures, and how long does it stick around? Have all that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have a few showers still left over from the system making its way through. There's not a lot to it. As I spoke about the past few days, don't expect a lot out of this system because you're not going to get a lot. You won't get any thunderstorms. That's number one. Number two, you're not going to get any heavy downpours out of this. Just little light showers passing on by. And that's rolling through that Morgan County area, now making its way into northern portions of Magoffin County and slowly entering Johnson County. So heads up for that. Just a couple of light showers. And that goes for the southern half too. Now over that 75 corridor. So if you're sitting anywhere in Clay County, it's rolling through you guys right now. Leslie, Perry, you're going to be next in line. Knott County slowly making its way toward you. Bell, Harlan, Letcher, Pike, you guys in the next hour or two will start to get these showers moving on through. So we do have some showers out there. And once that passes on through, that cooler air filters on in. We're already seeing evidence of that in northern Kentucky, where we are in the 50s right now, but we're in the 70s down toward the southeast. It's just the way it goes with this system. But it doesn't last long, okay? We get in towards your day tomorrow, we'll be back into the mid, maybe even some upper 60s. So it actually feel right around average or above average for tomorrow. So the cool air, it's not a huge shot of it. It's a very weak system. Get into your weekend, though, totally different. You're talking about mid 70s, awesome weather there for Saturday. Last day of Keeneland is on Saturday. On Sunday, looks like we're going to have fantastic weather as well. So all in all, this is a really good looking forecast after today. Today is just kind of that gloomy look here and there. Next couple of days in the mid 60s. And then the 70s take over, guys. We head off toward Halloween, and we're sitting there, Halloween, looking really, really nice. 75 degrees. Roadways will be packed. The neighborhoods will be packed. I mean, there will be kids everywhere with this kind of weather. You're talking 75 at 4 to 5 p.m., which means we'll be right around 70 once we get the kids out the door going trick-or-treat.
Yeah. They can show off their great costumes.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
They won't have to wear a coat over them.
You got it. That's going to be nice. You can just see just how scary they really are.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Micah. We're coming back in just a moment. Cub fans are breathing easier. The series now is all even.
And a former Wildcat comes up huge in the NBA. Dave Baker has sports next.
And checking stocks as we head into afternoon trading. Mixed situation. The Dow, though, is up about 35.
Early this week, John Calipari was a proud papa. His 24 former Cats had made NBA opening day rosters, 22 of those coached by Cal. But not only did these guys make the teams, like Anthony Davis, they can play. Davis showing off his game last night. New Orleans opened the season against Denver. Down the lane for the slam. And then how about Davis out on the court? That's out top of the key. 50 points, 16 rebounds. He also had 7 steals and 4 blocks. But it turned out to be in a losing effort. Denver wins it 107-102. Still a huge game for AD. Mark Stoops has been relentless in getting his team to believe that they're not fragile as a group or individually. And at no position is that more important than quarterback. Last Saturday, Steven Johnson's fumble in the fourth quarter allowed Mississippi State to climb back in a game that the Cats, by all accounts, should have had put away. But the California native, he did not get rattled and delivered with the game and perhaps the season on the line.
I guess I try to stay as relaxed as I can, try to stay as chill as I can. I get that a lot now. Maybe it's a California thing. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, people told me that a lot. But I really try to stay as relaxed as I can. I don't try to get too high, don't try to get too low, whether it's throwing an interception or a pick. So, yeah, I mean, an interception or a touchdown.
Bill Bryant says that a lot. I try to stay as chill as I can. So it's the Cats and the Tigers from Columbia. Kickoff set for noon on Saturday on the SEC Network. Rain holding off for Game 2 of the World Series last night in Cleveland. That's why they moved the first pitch up by 1 hour. And the Cubs strike first in the first. How about Anthony Rizzo? Extra bases into the corner and right. Chris Bryant scores 1-0 Chicago. Into the third, Kyle Schwarber. It's amazing that he hadn't played a home game this year and he's hitting like this. Single to center, scores Rizzo, and it's 2-0 Cubs. And then in the fifth, Ben Zobrist rips one into the right field corner. This is a triple. The Cubs score 3 in the fifth. Schwarber got another RBI. Chicago wins it 5-1. Series now moves back to Chicago tomorrow night. By the way, that was the Cubs' first World Series win since 1945. Tonight, first win in a game in the series since 1945. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, it is the ever-popular Insiders Roundtable from the Shamrock Bar and Grill in Heartland with former Wildcats Freddie Maggard, Jeremy Jarman, and Max Godby. That is at 6 on 630 WLAP, ahead of Sunday's exhibition opener, John Calipari, with a little media availability later today. We'll talk about that much more throughout the day. But for now, let's look at sports on this Thursday.
Yeah,
it is Thursday, right?
It is.
Okay,
right. Tomorrow's Friday, more importantly. All right. And Buzz will see you at 6:30 on the CW Lexington.
There's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
An urban man is behind bars after police say he tried to run over an officer with a vehicle. We'll have more on that. Also,
This scene that you see behind me is just a way for Scott County to prepare its first responders. We'll have that story coming up.
Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $35 million, and Saturday night's Powerball jackpot is $180 million.